What's up everyone, my name is Sarkis101 and welcome back to week number 3 of the Pika. This week we are facing off against Squid Malamar, which is highlighted on your screen. He has a Porygon 2 which shouldn't be there as of yet because he had a Smeargle first. P2, Aromatisse, Malamar, Gligar, Rotom-Wash, Kong, Zygarde, Rachi, Darm, Mega Pidgeot, Dragalge. Only threats that I'm really seeing are like Dragalge, Rachi. Well, the reason why is because he had a pickup team. He wasn't there for the draft, and people were like, "Fuck you, we're not gonna wait for you." And so he basically drafted from leftovers, which was still enough to draft a team like this. But that's why he kind of has a janky order as well, because it didn't matter in what order he placed them. Because this. So that's the thing. This is my YouTube channel, not what you want to see. And this is the matchup we had. So can we please switch sides on this? No, we cannot. Damn it, Showdown. Damn it. So they implemented it for everywhere apart from the place where it really matters, and that's post-narrated battles. Well done, Showdown. So I leave it in Empoleon because I figured it's probably a decent lead. It has a Wakomberry because I figured, you know what, fuck your Rotom-Wash. I figured he'd probably lead with that. So I put a Wakomberry. I really wanted to get up Stealth because he barely had any hazard removal. So I take minimum damage on the Empoleon, and then I'd actually get my Stealth. So here we go. But I also carry knockoff because Dragalge is a huge threat to my team. As you can see, I knock off the choice specs, which is great. I barely take half from that. And he figured, you know what, I'm just gonna leg it. And here I just set up my Stealth, which are there to remain for the rest of the game. I go into Mungus because this is my hard counter to Rotom-Wash. Then I have a soft check with the Electros because that doesn't really have anything that I can set up. Here I click Spore because I figure, I've seen leftovers, but he reveals Subjirachi, which is pretty terrible for me. So from here on out, I'm in kind of a bad spot because I figure, you know what, HP Fire is gonna take this thing out. No, it's not. Really isn't. It's because Rachi's one bulky motherfucker. So here I'm stating in the comments that I can't believe I fell for that. Still true because that was kind of a shitty move on my end. But here what I really want to happen is just break a substitute. Break a substitute. I should really defog at this point because I have a Volcarona that can basically sweep his entire team once this dies, and I get this chipped, and I got the +1 with the Quiver. So that was the game plan all along, but I just go into Electros, which gets body slammed, but I don't care because I'm an electric type. You can't paralyze me. I can just go for Flamethrower. Just Jirachi cannot do a whole lot to me at this point anymore. He's basically already revealed his entire set as well. So I probably predict that, and I go for a Volt Switch. So in comes Dragalge. Dragalge is a threat I really want to neutralize. I just go back into Empoleon, and at this point I just really want to get rid of these hazards because obviously there's a Volcarona right there. So my plan to hazards and miserably failed. So I go into Mega Aerodactyl, which is a thing I did, and then I predict a switch into probably Rotom-Wash. So that's the thing he did. I just go into Mungus. He can Volt Switch freely, and I can get off a Spore at this point. But what I didn't see coming is that Aromatisse is actually wearing the safety goggles. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I'm looking really silly right here. So I go into Electros because that takes it on. I can Acid Spray it because I've got that, and from this point on out, I do think I can. Whoa, is that offensive? Because I'm like, okay, so I Volt Switch. Aromatisse is going to take a lot of damage from that. I just go into Volcarona because that completely bones Aromatisse. As he goes into Conkeldurr, I figured there's no point in set. Okay, let's rewind that. There is no point in setting up. Yeah, I did that in a trick room when there is so much shit around that can easily destroy me. So I'm forced to switch because he's got Stone Edge. So I go into Mungus. That's basically my only check to conk at this point, and I just go for a Clear Smog because I figured that would be a thing. So yeah, again, I let my check to Mega Pidgeot weekend, which is my which are my Empoleon and my Electros. I just go into Electros. He says a substitute, and then he kills me with a Hurricane. No, he actually doesn't. He just goes for Hurricane at this point. So now I can go into Mega Aerodactyl and freely get away Stone Edge, as he can go into his Rotom Wash. I have a switch for that. I have no reason why I didn't go Stone Edge first time, because that was obviously the superior play. So Rotom Wash can no longer switch into Mega Aerodactyl anymore. It can just take one hit. So I just go into Mungus because that's the thing. I predicted him to be like Scarf. So he goes into Mega Pidgeot. I'm forced to go into Mega Arrow right here. No, I just decided to try and Spore something, didn't I? So basically, substitute everything is what he brought to me to counter Mungus, and I just have to let it go because I can't really switch in anything on this Mega Pidgeot. So I go into Manaphy. Manaphy is really my suboptimal play because I figure, you know what, I'm just going to win this Calm Mind War. And then he's probably going to end up confusing me, is he not? So I just rest right here because I'm forced to rest. What's going to happen is I can't really win this. The only thing I could really do is just try and stall him out of Hurricanes. And eventually he's gonna get a number of high rolls, and then that's not gonna be great. But he ends up critting me, so that's pretty shitty as well. So I'm forced into my Mega Aerodactyl right now, and this is far from over. But so here we go. He just goes into Dragology. I didn't really predict that, but I just went for a Stone Edge, and he goes into Rotom Wash. That's fine, because now that Thunderbolt killed me, I can freely set up with Volcarona, and that's what's gonna happen. So I set up with Volk. What I'm gonna do is just Fiery Dance. Don't get a boost, unfortunately. He goes into Conkeldurr. I don't get a boost twice in a row, and then I get a low roll as well. So I lost 3 50-50s in a row. Admittedly, he missed the Stone Edge, but I lost. 50-50 one Fiery Dance. I didn't get a boost because it's 50% chance to roast my special attack. Then it's 50% chance to do that again, and then I got a low roll. So the bottom line, luck wasn't in my favor. So I lost, and brings me 1 and 2 at this point, I do think. So that's gonna be it for week number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in week number 4.